What's up guys, this is Obscure Titan and today I'm going to be going over a video on a specific character that I wanted to make a discussion with you guys on, particularly with Shantae's mother in the Mortal Brothers 2019 canon, and this is Kuaka, aka Shantae's mom. As you can see, this is a plush commission that I commissioned Flowery Cemetery to create for the duration of December 2019. She creates chibi plushies of canon characters / original characters, or OCs as a lot of artists would like to call. And what you can do is that you can ask her to pay her to make a plush for an official character or for an original character, and she'll offer you just some little extra stuff to go along with your plush. So here's her plush, and also these chains that I actually bought with, and with this lamp that I made a video about talking about its mechanisms and whatnot, and also hooking these up to these brackets on her gauntlets, which I'll actually go over a little bit in just a minute. And I'm also going to be talking about Kuaka's character, but before I do that, I want to go over a little bit on the idea of Shantae's mom in the official Shantae series. In the official Shantae canon, we all know that Shantae is a half genie, which means that her mother is a genie and that her father is a human. Not much is actually known about Shantae's mom other than the fact that she fell in love with a human man, and that's how Shantae came to be. As you can see that some of Shantae's aspects came from her mother, and some of which came from her father, but you know the whole thing with that. Right at the very end of not Risky's Revenge, Pirate's Curse, is where Risky commented about Shantae being somewhat similar to her mother, but Shantae is shorter and more annoying than her mother, which could have some of us think that she might have a little bit of a silly personality, but not to the point of being a ditz like Shantae is. And also being a little bit taller, which could also mean she could be just as tall, if not taller, than Risky. So I think that's really it on WayForward's part. Now comes to my part. So Kuaka in the Mortal Brothers 2019 canon, she started off as a shrine maiden in Japan, a part of a clan who is participating in one of these marriage clans that's actually fictional, so it's not even possible. But in this canon, there was a marriage contest that was going on, and any shrine maiden that has the best luxury in the country would be able to marry one of the sons at the Hiyaka clan, a fictional clan, by the way. So Kuaka, before this outfit, that's not the outfit she wore a kimono, and she's been trying to get the best jewelry there is to please the son of the Hiyaka clan, which is being named Hiyaka. In the Origins video that's actually on my channel right now, even going so far as for her to try to go all over Japan trying to recover lost treasures. And with her earrings being the last components for her chances of getting Hiyaka's hand in marriage. However, what she doesn't realize is that, and this is actually where it got really messy for Kuaka, is that these earrings were created by an evil sorcerer, which you probably didn't even see that, but that Mewtwo might have actually created these earrings. That these earrings could turn an unsuspecting mortal into a genie in mere hours. And by the time she arrived to the wedding, for her chances to get Hiyaka's hand in marriage, it was too late. It was pretty much a done deal. The gauntlets were made for her magically, then the chains were formed, and then she shrunk at the very size of the miniature figure, inside the lamp. And from there, has been rubbed out of the lamp, has been granting wishes for her several masters, for Hyaka and after him. And all the way from Japan to China to India and whatnot, all throughout Asia, she's been made to grant wishes. And she's been this way for 500 years. She was about 28 at, if I remember from what I've written, yeah, that was 1502 from what I've written up on the biography for her. She was 28 at 1502 AD, so calculating 500 years would technically make her look at least a year older, which makes it about 29. About in her late 20s to early 30s. But I think as of 2019, she was at the age of 545. Which she still looks like this drawing right here that Okmo-Ziko created. So yeah, she's been through quite a lot of hell. Just not a very, very happy life. Until at the year of 1996 when she met two individuals named Mimic and the Warrior. And the Warrior, instead of having to make her grant wishes, actually got her a new outfit to switch into, which is her signature outfit, a Arabian sultana, if that's how you pronounce it, sultana. You can comment below to tell me how you pronounce that word, a sultana outfit. And from there point onward, she fell in love with Tarnak, the warrior, and that's how Shantae was born. Thinking that all is well, except all was not well after Shantae was born. Which, in case if you guys didn't know, the warrior suddenly left after Shantae was born when one of the Hexers caught him and he tried to get out of Scuttletown to escape them. And after that, Kuaka disappeared out of thin air with only Shantae as an infant and Mimic to take care of her. And from that, some of that could connect to Pirate's Curse canon, which is for her to join the genies to vanquish the Pirate Master and that sort of thing. And most of the genies are presumably sealed in the genie realm. So that's very much her origin story in a nutshell. And her character in general. Actually, some of the characteristics that I've been thinking of is something a little bit similar to Shantae, only a little bit different at the same time. She's actually a bit of a show-off when it comes to having fashion. And also a bit of a stock-up, where Shantae has this low self-esteem issues and is heavily humble, where Kuaka can be a little bit stingy and arrogant at times. And she's definitely not going to back down in a fight. So yeah, she's somewhat a bit of a tomboy, but is still a very fashionable queen bee. I couldn't say queen bee per se, but I mean, I wouldn't say that she was a queen bee type, but she's quite a fashionable type that has a bit of an arrogant characteristic to her. Okay, so and just a couple of spoilers for the remainder of her story is that actually, first of all, she was in a part of Vizon's origin storyline is that Vizon invaded the genie realm after discovering one of his subordinates got turned into a genie, and he had the idea of creating a Skokdime Jin kind of hybrid army, and decided to steal a good amount of genies. And coming across Shantae after devastating Scuttletown, and then encountering him in the nether realm, he fused her and her magic into a sword. Which is this one. And this really traumatized Shantae, and I'm pretty sure Kuaka has been really pissed with Vizon for doing that. Luckily, at the very end of 2019 to Azel, spoiler alert by the way, just letting you guys know that, is that Shantae has managed to get the Spirit of Fusion to unfuse her mother and her magic while they're at the Con-Chaos Coliseum. And after Optimus Prime was close to, from the classic Plush timeline, was close to being destroyed by Megacon, Shantae intervened, defeated him, and then she rubbed her mother out of the lamp, making her first wish to send Megacon away, far away from his home planet, and to never hurt the realms again. Second wish being is for her allies to get healed completely after the battle, except for Roddy Tops, which she's probably already dead anyways, so even that, Roddy Tops is still dead. But the third wish is to wishing her mother free, which one of the things that I want to go over with, in case you guys haven't seen that other video that I did, is that if you pull it out just enough, it'll just go all the way down like this. And so whenever you rub the lamp, you just pull it right out, and that's how she appears. And since Shantae already freed her in 2019 to Azel, you just unhook these ends of the chains, like so. Doing it really carefully because I don't know how good this fabric's gonna be. Okay, there we go. You can just unhook them and she's free. Of course, it's not going to completely remove the gauntlets from her hands, but it doesn't really matter. And so now she's completely free. Yep. Heads up, a video plush edition for Chapter 11 of 2019 to Azel. So I think other than that, I think that's pretty much all there is to her. And eventually she'll be having a much larger role in Ragnarok, a 3-part film that's still in the works. A very, very nice plush that Cemetery created. Very, very, very accurate to both my original drawing from last year and from this commission that Omiza Sami created a couple months back. Yeah, that was actually a couple months back. Yeah. Just got about every bit of detail on this plush. All the way from her waist cape, to her sandals, to her pants, to this amount of jewelry around her hips, around her collar, and her cuffs, and again these little brackets that are on her cuffs, and also her vest. Yeah. And I've actually just discovered that these are kind of a very soft arms that her daughter does. Luckily, we won't worry about the sword. Luckily, the vest has a T-shaped vest, I'm sorry, which makes it very easy for the arms to stick out nicely. So that's a really nice touch to it. There's a bit of a lack of a piece like this that Shantae does. Either way, it still looks really nice, but no hair whipping, since Kuaka has such a large amount of hair, and it would probably be impossible for her to do a hair whip that Shantae does. So yeah, she pretty much did it on her own without her mother. Yeah. And also really nice on the shoulder pads, although I think I was intending to have them be symmetrical from front to back, but I guess I probably wasn't clear on how I wanted them to look. But even then, these are really nice. Really, really nice plush. So yeah, you can check out on Flowery Cemetery for her plush commissions if you guys are interested, which may be or may not be closed at the moment. It's a little bit pricey. I just want to let you guys know that, because some of these are about, I mean, these ones in particular are about $232 to $250 each anyway, and the bigger ones can go up to $350, and some of them can go as high as $500. I think it's worth the amount of effort that all these plushies she's done. So, I mean, especially with the amount of detail that these plushies have, which I don't even think that most official factory manufactured plushies have as much detail as her plushies do. So that, and also adding to the fact that she's doing OCs is amazing, in my opinion. I mean, I'm not going to excuse that they're a little bit pricey, but if you have a good budget, then there's a good chance you'll be able to check it out and see you can pay her to do a plushie. So yeah, I think that's really all I have to say here. So Flowery Cemetery, thank you for this plush. It's been a great business working with you, and I hope to do another plushie with you sometime in 2020, possibly in the spring or at the very end of February. I don't know, depending on how my budget looks, but yeah. Kuaka, third time's the charm. Really, really satisfied with it. I'm really looking forward to doing videos with this plush, as well as these two right here beside her. So that's really all I gotta say, guys. Thank you for watching. This is Obscure Titan. Have a good day. Signing out.